Good morning, this is day 19 of my self-retreat video project. It's Friday, and this week, Monday to Friday, went really well. I'm really satisfied with the work I've done, with the number of distractions that I stayed away from, and even more looking forward to the next weeks, to the next days, to the next moments. Really, even getting up early is easier and easier, despite of being physically very tired. Although I was expecting that I would be even more tired today. Maybe it's just the morning, and in a few hours I will feel more tired. But the good thing is I have a plan for the next hours. I have a few meetings, and then in the late afternoon I will already be allowing myself to do completely nothing, to lie on bed, and if I wanted to watch stupid videos or clever videos, doesn't matter, whatever I want, I can just do nothing, and I might need it. So this is why I'm planning that way. Today I was always vulnerable, more than in other days. On the day which is following, for example, a series of workouts or a series of working and studying days, for example. So it was very often the case that I would work very hard on a few days in a row, exhaust myself, and then on that day, so on a day like today, for example, I would just collapse. I would just feel just no energy whatsoever, and sometimes difficult to accept it, sometimes being harsh on myself, that how can I be so weak. But the more I learn about myself, the more I observe, and the more I accept, the easier it gets to make sense out of days like this. Even sometimes actually days like that provide more fulfillment in a way, because of the perspective on the past. Just remembering how difficult it was in certain situations, and looking at a day like this, and how easy it is these days, how easy it is to accept my weaknesses, my own limitations, and just approaching life in the most rational, the most efficient way I can think of. And it's just very liberating. It's just like, obviously there is no euphoria, I don't have like a lot of energy. Actually, walking here today was kind of painful. Every step I felt my leg muscles, like my lower back muscles. So yeah, the pain is there, like the physical pain is there, but at the same time I'm allowing to feel everything that I'm feeling, and it's very liberating. Just being in harmony with whatever is, being with full acceptance with whatever is happening, and just understanding the mechanisms that are causing this or that experience, just flowing with it together, and at the same time just learning from it in real time in a way, and just planning my next days ahead, my next weeks ahead, next months ahead. I started exploring another subject. I started to answer one of your questions, but at the same time someone distracted me, and I felt that the issue was so important that I would prefer to start from the beginning another day. So for today, just let me enjoy this type of liberation that I mentioned, that I remember similar days and it was much more difficult. Now, based on acceptance and increasing my self-awareness, it's just easier to live and find fulfillment. Yeah, fulfillment is probably a better word than happiness, because when I'm physically tired, it's more difficult for me to be like full of energy and smiling and so on. Yet this sort of like full acceptance and just being okay with whatever is happening, being okay with all these mechanisms that basically Runnymede provide a lot of peace of mind and like sense of fulfillment. So so let me just note this type of experience, and we'll go back to very interesting subjects over the next days and weeks. So once again, thank you very much for your attention. Have a good Friday. All the best. Bye.